What's going on, everybody? Today, I've got my tail between my legs and a cautionary tale for you all looking to do some work on your guitar. My Fender American Pro 2 Strat, my favorite Strat. I was hoping to install these Fralin Woodstock pickups. I wanted to get something more vintage voiced instead of the V Mod 2s, so I went with these Woodstocks. And I'll show some pictures. I started filming, hoping I could share my progress with all of you, and things obviously went south. So as you'll see in the pictures, the way I pulled the pickguard out, I had it upside down, and I stupidly put the bridge pickup where the neck pickup should go. A pretty fixable problem, not gonna lie. It was just an annoyance at that point. I did have to cut a bit of wire and solder wires together, but I'm pretty confident in my soldering ability for now until we get further in the story. So I started out doing that, switching the pickup positions, fixing the wire to make the neck pickup longer to reach the switch where it needed to be soldered to. And I got a little bit sloppy. So rather than using my handy desoldering tool, I was hoping to just heat up the solder, pull the components out, and then reheat the solder to put them back and maybe just put a touch more of fresh solder on it. So by not using the desoldering tool, some of the solder dripped down the switch a little bit. And this is on me. I should have inspected the switch more thoroughly, but when I was going to clean out some of that excess solder, I bent some of the connectors. The wire goes through, and then there's kind of a connector where the switch makes contact with. And I thought, because it was kind of covered in solder, I thought it was a chunk of solder. So I was heating it up, trying to remove it, and I bent it to the point of it being unsalvageable. At that point, I wasn't positive that it was the switch being the issue, but I was 95% sure. So I wasn't getting my resistance readings through the input or output switch, I should say, on the guitar, and it would come and go as I was cycling the switch. And yeah, like I said, I was pretty sure it was the switch, but not positive. I was pretty upset, and rather than mess with it any further, I had one of Fender's loaded pickguards kicking around. There's the mint green. So I had that kicking around already in the Strat. It's got the 5762 Fender pickups. And if I'm being honest, the V-Mods are the better pickup. I could have swapped them out or swapped even the Woodstocks to put in here, but at that point, after a day of frustration, I just wanted to get it in and get my guitar back. And I have a few other sets of pickups on the way, and now I'll have more options, and hopefully I can share a follow-up video of a successful pickup swap. Again, I made such silly mistakes. The first time around when the pickups were reversed, I did everything perfect. I was so proud of my soldering job. The wires were so tidy. And then from there, it went downhill when I realized they were in the wrong position. So that's my cautionary tale to you all. Pay attention. Flip your pickguard over. Don't accidentally put them in upside down because you're not paying attention. It was such a silly mistake that was so avoidable. And then, even then, fixing it should have been fine, but I rushed, I got sloppy, wasn't paying attention, and I ruined the switch. But out of all the struggle and frustration with losing out on the pickups, these are vintage voice pickups, and the one benefit of having this loaded guard over putting back in the regular wiring, there's no treble bleed circuit on this, where there is on the typical American Pro with the V-Mods. And I have to say, I'm quite pleased. I think I'm going to keep to this with the other vintage voice pickups I plan on putting in this guitar, because fuzz is one of my primary effects, and I thought the V-Mods worked okay with fuzz, but you did have to get down to like 3 or 4 to really get good cleanup, where tone knobs, volume knobs, everything is so responsive without the treble bleed circuit. I've just got the Dunlop Hendrix fuzz face at my feet here. I'll just give a quick sample. Going down to 9, and it's already cleaning up a little bit, but still great fuzz. 7. Turn up the amp a little bit. That's the one thing that the treble bleed helps with, is keeping the amp's volume stable as you go down, but it's worth it. And I'll typically, when I'm going down with the volume, boost it with a boost pedal, but for now I'll just use the amp. Go down to 5, and I'm going to go up to the neck pickup. Like that. At 5 to 6 is where the V mods were at 3 on the volume. And you have that responsiveness of either dig in or playing it soft. The dynamics are unbelievable. Go back right to about 3 now. Yeah, I think it just sounds awesome. I think the V mods had the upper hand when it came to like the typical Strat tube screamer thing, but using fuzzes with these pickups is, in my opinion, superior. It's, like I said, it's so responsive. It cleans up over the course of the whole volume knob, not going from crazy fuzz, and then finally get some cleanup at around 4 to 5 with the V mod 2s and the treble bleed. That said, if I remove the treble bleed, would the V mods be better? I'm not too sure. Maybe that's something I should try down the road. But I'm happy with these pickups for now, but I do think overall, and like being able to use it for all these different things, the V mods are a little bit better, but I think this proves to me I'm on the right track. I'm excited to share the other pickups. I'm trying to hold back. Come back and watch when I do the next pickup install. They're going to be vintage voice, but I think they're going to have that little bit more that I feel like the 5762 set is missing. For now, I'm happy with it. I'll play a ton of fuzz face stuff, keep the volume rolled back for the cleans, and I won't even need to touch my tube screamer. But yeah, I think that's everything. That's my cautionary tale to you all. If you're looking to do some work on your guitar, which I highly recommend learning how to do the work yourself, which is why I decided to step up and finally do some pickups, it's worth it, saves you money if you don't make mistakes. So take your time, be thorough in your work, and you won't run into any problems like I did. Again, I will be doing a pickup swap video. The next one, if I mess that one up, that's on me, and I'll share it. I'll share the whole video if I make a mistake. I've learned my lesson, and I really hope that it won't happen again. Sorry, had to have some fun with some fuzz. But that's going to be it here for me at Tones in the Den. I appreciate you all so much, and thank you for watching. You all take care, and have a wonderful day. Peace.